Okay, men have to get used to a male shift. We are not the superior animal that we think we are. Okay, now, before the Industrial Revolution, we knew that. We knew men need to control men.
Right.
What happened in the Industrial Revolution is you get the gentleman. You get the guy with the frock coat.
Yes.
Okay, he's got his education and he's charming all the women. And from then on, women are sold this image of Darcy from Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice. And so now you're getting women being sold an image that is absolutely not true, which is fake. And men are putting on this act because they got money now. They're the middle classes. And so they're kind of, we're the nice guys here. Oh, please, let's be genteel, strictly genteel and wine and dine you and be nice to you and so on. And so that's where you've now got the problem, because if you go from the Industrial Revolution to where we are now, men have been thinking, well, we're all gentlemen, right? We're all just trying to go and get our jobs. We're just trying to look after our women. We're looking after our kids. There's nothing wrong with us. And they're finding there is something wrong with us.
Right.
And all this stuff is not working. This I'm going and earning money and coming home isn't working anymore, because this is not where life is. This is not where relationship is. This is not where home is. This is not where family is. So men are like, what do we do now? Right. So when you ask me what are the chances, I don't know. It's kind of minuscule. From my point of view, I just needed to, we have to make a start. But it's not, I'm not interested in controlling history, right? Because there is a collective change. And the collective change at the moment, the stage it's in, is simply men are in crisis.
Right.
They're falling apart. Nothing works. All to keep fit, go to the gym, be strong, find your strength, be sexually attractive, be economically strong for the woman. It's just not working.
Right.
Women, it's not happening. So this is a collective force. It's a historical force. And I think this is why you're seeing the rage from men. You're seeing the increase in the sexual violence, in the domestic abuse. You're seeing the incels. All of that stuff is coming out of, key public figures trying to talk about men need to be strong. No, they need to be psychologically literate.
Men operate on a sexual reward. Their highest biological goal is sex. And when they have access to sex, it reinforces their negative behaviors. And I want you to kind of delve into that, because I need women to really understand what decisions that they are making, because a lot of this is going to depend on what women allow and continue to participate in themselves. I need them to understand how important it is for men to be sexually satisfied, and what happens when they're sexually satisfied. Can you go into detail about that?
The way it works is that initial relationships start with sexual attraction on both sides. Okay, so there's biology on both sides. But I can only speak to the male. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm going to focus on. So with the male, the sexual attraction, now because of all these years of conditioning since the Industrial Revolution, we know we have to be gentlemen, okay, and we have our education, we have our jobs. So our brains are slightly changing. They're saying, okay, we can't just go out and be animals and predators and grab the woman. So we are trying to behave, okay, professionally, culturally, societally. We're trying to keep things normal. But it's not our natural condition. Now, what happens is that when a man gets into an intimate relationship with a woman, okay, after all that initial transaction of seduction and attraction and charming, what happens next is that the shadow side of the man starts to come out. And what the woman will trigger in him, okay, is that he'll start to feel safe. Oh, okay, I'm feeling loved, I'm feeling wanted, I'm getting the sex that I need. So slowly the woman's position is now going to change from somebody that he's taking out and wining and dining, and I'm sure women know this, to sudden loss of interest. It's like he's not interested in you anymore. He's not into you anymore, because he knows he can get the sex and he's done the conquest, and now he has you. What happens next? Really interesting question. So men recede and drop back into, it's okay for my dark side to come out, because I know this person loves me. She's going to accept me. So it leaks out bit by bit. Okay, so maybe they're just depressed. Their depression will start to come out. and they don't do things around the house. Okay, so that's just an example. Sorry, it's stereotypical.
Yeah.
It's all individual, right? But they'll start to act out really slowly their own dysfunction that they're hiding from themselves. And as time goes on, the woman doesn't quite realize this, and she starts to become what we call the projective object. All right, so men will start to project on her. Literally today, I heard somebody saying, I cooked dinner for my dad, and he complained that the baked beans were near the toast, and the toast was soggy, so he threw the dinner out in the bin. So that kind of, unbelievable behavior to a male is quite normal because he has his family, he has his daughter, she's cooked a meal, you're my daughter, you have to love me. Okay? So now let me tell you what a horrible guy I am. Let me tell you how much I want to control things. Let me tell you how I want my toast and my baked beans separate. And if you don't do it, I'm not eating your dinner because you are rubbish. Let me tell you. So the male starts to act out, and all these, sorry, very trivial examples, and it can actually go escalate, right? So that's the lower end. Then it starts to escalate into emotional neglect. Then it starts into, I'm not interested in you. I want to be with the guys. I want to watch the television. I've got my own things to do, or it's work. Or then it starts escalating to anger and abuse and control and gaslighting. And then it can get very violent. And then you're in a very, very bad place. Now, the trouble is women have become victim to the male shadow. That's a Jungian term. All right. So what happens is when you feel loved, it's okay to be the bad guy because she's still going to stay there, right? She loves me.
Right.
And that's the transaction that women are then stuck and thinking, but I do love him. And this is the painful bit, is that women feel that their love will conquer the darkness of the man. It does not, okay? Because you need a psychological, deep process to fix the man. And your love is going to get abused and trashed because it frankly doesn't stand a chance, okay?